And so now it's time for the special of the day. So today's special is for those times when you're feeling negative. And many times people ask me how we can stay positive when multiple things go wrong. And so how can you do that? Would you like to learn a tip that helps people?
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome to Happy and Healthy Mind. My name is Dr. Rozina, and over the last 20 years, I have been serving as a medical doctor specializing in psychiatry, a best-selling author, and a transformative speaker. I believe that our mind is the software that runs the hardware of our brain and our body. And therefore, I bring to you practical tips for mental fitness so you can live your best life without burnout and unnecessary suffering. Please consult your healthcare professional for any treatment advice. But if you find this content helpful, then join our mission of eradicating preventable suffering and suicides by liking, subscribing, and sharing so more people can live happier and healthier lives. So many times, what happens is that life sometimes presents challenges, and many challenges that are, you have not planned for it, you were not expecting it, and then things happen one after the other. Sometimes the faith helps. Sometimes people have faith that everything that happens for good, but sometimes things happen that it feels like, how can this be good? Right? So my mom tells me a story about one time when my mom is very a woman of faith, and she has very strong faith. She's always prayed every day. And so one time when she was trying to come visit me, I'm from Pakistan, so we have to go and get the visas to visit. And I was pregnant and I was expecting a baby, and I wanted my parents to come. She was trying to get the visas to come be with me when I deliver. And so she went through get the visa process, and she went through 3 times. And every time she got denied. And so she was so frustrated. She was fighting God, and she said, how can you do that? You can keep me away from my daughter. And I'm also a little emotional about this story because I really wanted my parents to come over here. So she tells me that she got so upset with God that day she didn't pray. And then later that month, my father fell down and got sick. And then that month, my father actually passed away.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So every time I talk about my father, I become a little emotional.
No, that's understandable.
The point is that she tells me that if I would have had the visas and I would have come to visit you, I would not have been there for your father. And, I would have missed that. So although at that time, when I didn't get what I really wanted, and I tried my best and went through all the hassles, and I couldn't come, I felt so bad. And there was there's no reason. What is good about not being able to go? But then later on, she realized that if she would have got what she wanted at that time, then she would have really regretted not being there for my father when he got sick.
Oh, wow.
So I just wanted to kind of share, there things in life that happens. People get sick, people lose things, businesses lost, thefts happen, hospitalization happens, and we start wondering, what is good in this? There's nothing good in being sick or losing somebody or losing your business or job or something that you really wanted. But it's very hard, and I don't have answer to this, okay? So I'm not answering this. I'm just kind of bringing a thought to our audience awareness at this time, is that you have a choice. You can get really angry and really negative and really upset with God, if you believe in God, or just the universe, or just life for giving you all these difficulties. You have that choice, or you can shift to, okay, well, this is it, and it is natural and normal for me to feel upset, but how long am I going to stay in this upset state? Is this really helping me? Because once you realize that, okay, well, I'm a human being, and it is natural first reaction to feel frustrated and negative, but staying in this negative is not helping me get better or change the situation. And actually, it is robbing my ability to take steps to utilize what is there. In situation of somebody being sick in your family, when you are so upset that somebody is sick, then you are all consumed, and then you can't focus on the other things that are in your life. You may start neglecting other family members, you may start neglecting your work, you may start neglecting your own healthcare. So then what happens is your ability to care for your loved one would decrease. So the choice is to realizing that this thought is hurting me and changing it to, okay, well, this is it. I'm sad that this person is sick. On the other hand, I'm glad that this person is still alive, that I am here, that I am alive to be able to take care of, that I have the resources to take care of. There is no denial of the truth, but at the same time, there are other truths in life that when you focus on things that are in your control, then you feel uplifted, then you can have more influence on your circumstances. So we use the concept of circle of influence, or I call it circle of power. Every time you get a thought, you think about, is this thought, is this thing inside my circle of power or it's outside? If it is outside, acknowledge it. Don't focus on it. Shift your focus on what is inside your circle of influence. Take the steps. The more steps you take, the more your circle of influence would increase, and you would be able to make the best out of a situation or difficulty that you have been presented with. So let me leave you with this question. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new opportunity to make a new decision. What are you going to choose today? Are you going to choose to focus on that feeling negative and frustrated about the things that are not in your control, although you may not like it? Or you're going to shift your focus to, okay, yes, I don't like this situation, but within this situation, what is in my control? So you start taking action on that. On that question, good wishes for health and happiness and success in your life. Till next time, Dr. Rozina. Thank you, Victoria.